Okay, welcome to our March Madness Opportunity Zoom. We're going to talk about a company that just did, I don't know, like $3 billion in one country, the size of the state of Indiana, that just came to North America. And I have Miss Lori Aldis and Miss Christy Belliston with me tonight, and they're going to help me share with you tonight. Now, we like to bribe our guests, so please write guest in the chat if you are a guest, because we're going to be giving away a few of these experience kits. This is such a cool thing because it comes in a box, tells you exactly how to use the products. You get to try 7 products and decide which ones are your favorites. And so we're going to be giving away a few of these, but it's going to take some like participation tonight. So we're going to have some fun March Madness trivia questions. It's like there's no rules when it's March Madness, just everything's crazy. So we're going to have some trivia, we're going to share some information, we're going to have some testimonies, and I will tell you, this is how you're going to win. This is how you're going to win. So we're going to give away a few of these. Participation, and if you're a guest, and by answering the trivia. It's like the easiest prize ever. You basically just have to show up and press buttons and participate in the chat. So if you don't know where the chat button is, look for that. If you're on your computer, it's at the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get going. I'm going to share with you about a company that I recently heard about. It's a company that did almost $3 billion in one country, the size of the state of Indiana, and it just came to North America. Now, what's so cool is that everybody dreams about getting in with a startup, but the problem with that is 95% of startups fail. They're actually very risky. So when I heard that they had already done a few $1 billion, but this just came to North America, it was like getting first movers advantage without the risk, which was very, very intriguing. And then, of course, I found out it was Korean skincare, which, if you don't know, Korea is actually considered the skincare capital of the world. All the best products come out of there. And so, of course, when I tried the product, it blew me away. If you've tried this product, put it in the chat if you've tried the product, and I'd love to hear for you to share what your results were on the product, what it did for you. Please share that with everyone, because everyone has just the most amazing testimonies. It's like Christmas morning every time somebody tries the products and then you hear how it worked for them. So what I'm going to do, I know we all have short attention spans, but I'm going to start off with one quick 1-minute video, and then I'm going to tell you an interesting fact after we watch this video. Okay, that video always gets me excited every time. So, you know what's interesting is they made two videos for North America when they first launched here. And this was the 1 minute kind of accolade video. And they have another one, it's their brand video. Ask the person that invited you here to share with you that brand video. They hired the producers who make videos for Toyota and paid them almost $1 million to produce these two videos that we use in North America. And it's 3 minutes long. And I know when I first saw that, it blew me away. And I was like, hold on, this is on another level. And it made me want to dig into this even more. So, okay, we kind of talked about how Korea is the skincare capital of the world. It's the size of the state of Indiana, except 52 million people live there, and they are the skincare capital of the world. I'm telling you, for this brand, this skincare brand, which we're going to talk about tonight, for them to go number one in the hardest market in the world to go number one in, you know it has to be good. And that's exactly why they sold 40 million bottles just of their active cream alone in Korea. Now, let me put this in perspective for you because everybody has talked about Selena Gomez's brand Rare Beauty. It's a makeup line sold at different retailers. Everyone freaked out when she sold 3 million units of her makeup line. 3 million units. This was a big deal. They sold 40 million units in a country the size of the state of Indiana. So yes, it absolutely works. It already became number 22 on a global direct sales list before they even came to North America. And we're going to jump right in. Remember, I said we were going to have trivia because we're going to try and give you some free product tonight if for participation. So I already told you what the answer was. So hopefully you're listening. How many billions of dollars has Riemann done since they started in 2018? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I know we have Lori and Christy manning the chat tonight. They're going to be watching the responses. How many billions of dollars have they done since they started in 2018? Okay, so that's the key. You just have to listen and pay attention and fill out the chat. Okay, so let me tell you this. This is really interesting because I'm going to tell you right now, you can make a lot of money when you partner with the right timing and the right trends. And timing is to direct sales like location is to real estate. So remember back in 2020 when all that COVID stuff happened, there were people who made a lot of money by creating COVID related products and services around a big life event. Well, you could go to Google Trends right now and actually search for things that are trending and create a product or service around that. But guess what is trending right now? Korean skincare. The search for Korean skincare is up over 350% in North America alone. It is trending on TikTok, it's trending on social media, and you can make a lot of money when you partner with the right trends. So you can get paid to share an affiliate code for products that people are already searching for online anyways. So, okay, trivia time. How much has the search for Korean skincare gone up in North America? I just told you. We'll see if anybody was listening. Although I kind of feel like you could just look at the chat and cheat, but try to, do Scout's Honor on there. Christy and Lori, how are you guys holding up? Are we doing good? They're probably like seeing the chat go off like crazy. Oh, you know what? No, you guys can unmute. Yeah, I don't think I have you guys muted. Okay, we just got a facelift. So here's something that's really interesting is the products were already good. You could almost think my friend Stephanie told me this analogy. It's like these products were like a Bentley, but then they just came out with like the newest version of the Bentley in 2025, and it's like this upgraded version. And so what's really neat is they actually just came out with a whole complete redesign. They hired the #1 product branding and marketing firm in New York. They are responsible for doing branding for major brands like Lululemon, Starbucks, Christian Louboutin. They spent $1 million rebranding the line, but not just that, they actually came out with upgraded formulas. So you're going to see some really incredible ingredients in this, things that you probably heard online that are game changers in your skin, like exosomes and NAD are now in these products. So there were already 12 different patents on the skincare, 14 patents total, and now it just got a whole new upgrade. So here's the story behind how this came to be. So the number one product formulator in Asia, he's the guy that companies would hire to create innovative home run products. He was the best. And he was researching something called tiger grass because tigers would roll around in this because it would heal their wounds faster. Well, he had developed his own strain and technology and was putting this on the skin, and it was rapidly healing the skin in just 5 to 7 days. So since he had 12 different patents on the skincare, 14 total on the entire product line, normally he would sell his research to the highest bidder, but he decided he didn't want to give this away because it was too good. That's when he formed a company. That's when they did almost $3 billion in Korea. And because he is a top formulator, he's a top scientist in Asia. He is one of 6 scientists to have a government contract to be able to access something called energy lava water. So there's only 5 locations in the world that have this. Off of Jeju Island is the purest and the most accessible. And so what it is, it's basically seawater that's been trapped under volcanic rock. So it has unique frequencies and minerals to it that you cannot even find on this earth anymore. And so he saw an opportunity there where most products use distilled water, which is basically dead water in their ingredients. And usually water is the number one ingredient. Well, he saw that as an opportunity where he uses the energy lava water in place of that distilled water. So we get extra, minerals and frequencies that you can't even find on the earth anymore going directly into your skin. So it's that extra healing power that's in there. And then, of course, this is also considered a cosmeceutical. So the reason why that is important is because cosmeceuticals do things that regular skincare cannot do. So this uses a microfluidizing process and nanoliposomal technology. So I know that's a mouthful. What it means is that it's able to penetrate to the deepest layer of skin. Most products just sit on top of the skin. This penetrates to the deepest layer, heals the skin from the inside out. It actually heals from the cellular level. I don't even like to call this skin care. This is skin repair, and you're going to see why. So, okay, I know I told you the answer to this, and now we have multiple choice, so this should make it easy. The owner is the only scientist with a government contract to access Jeju Energy lava water in which category? He's the only one licensed in which category? Is it cosmetics, grocery, pharmaceuticals, or apparel? Here's a hint. It's not D. Okay, so we're moving right along. Okay, so there's actually 2 different skincare lines. The one with the kind of the greenish tint, it's in the top left. This is the dermatology line. Now, this is really great for regular skin type. If you have sensitive skin, if you have oily or acne prone, I would absolutely start here. The white bottles, these are in white glass porcelain bottles. This is oil-based. It's called the Radiance M100. So the oil-based is really great if you have very, very dry skin, or if you're already using an oil-based line. I recommend you go straight for the Radiance M100. You will see results on both. And some people actually like to use the dermatology during the day and the Radiance M at night. I personally, I've done that. I don't like to use the Radiance M as much during the day just because since it is oil-based, I feel like my makeup lays better under the dermatology line, but you honestly just have to try it and see what your favorite is, but you will see results on both. Now, these are some before and after pictures. This is actually my forehead on the left after 5 days, and my husband is in the middle. And every time I look at this picture, I don't know if I'm more impressed with his pores or his sunspots. It's amazing to me what this has done in just a week's time. And then, of course, our friend Dina is on the right. You can see what it did for the smoothness, the texture, the redness on her skin. And this is my under eye on the left. This is our friend Tim in the middle, who absolutely said he was not going to work with skincare. And then he was laying in bed one night thinking, but I'm definitely going to be ordering these products. And then it was almost like a light bulb moment went off, and he's like, wait a second, if I want to order these products and I'm a guy, how many other people are going to be saying the same thing? So he realized it was like a gold mine here, especially with the timing and the trends that we talked about. And then you can see our friend Paige on the right. Paige probably has one of my favorite pictures, and I love it because it's a progress photo as well. This is after 5 months of use. Paige, correct me if I'm wrong. If it's not 5 months, it could have been 6, but I love it. It took 10 years off of her face. She was already gorgeous, and holy cow, it's just like she's shining from the inside out. I love this picture. So what they also have is almost like skincare for your body. So they have a body cream that is actually has collagen in it. So it's hyaluronic acid and collagen. And I'm telling you, this actually repairs the crepiness on the skin. I'm going to show you a picture in just a moment. We had a woman who came out to California who was ashamed of her legs. She hadn't worn a dress or shorts in 20 years and was using the body cream and was so happy with how it repaired her legs that she was wearing a dress for the first time. Now, remember how we talked about they have 14 patents on total in the product line. Most companies have one hero product and then they build out products around that one hero discovery. This company actually has a whole separate hero product line, which is called their Bodolab line. And this is for the hair. They have clinical trials that they've done in Korea that shows that this statistically grows hair. And it was because they were studying something called desert algae, which is a type of algae that grows in extreme heat. And they found that there was an ingredient in it called loliolide that was actually strengthening the hair follicles. So this is like skincare for your scalp. And let me show you why. First, hold on. I've said the answer to this several times. How many patents does Riemann have in total? A6, B10, C14. I know I've said this a couple times. Okay, so I know we said we had some pictures for this. You can see after just one use how it's actually repairing that dry flakiness on our scalp. This is what I was talking about with the body cream on the right. Do you see the crepiness and how it's the moisture that it's putting back into the skin? And then of course you can see how this has actually helped with hair growth and repairing that follicle on the pictures. So um, another major discovery right here. These are collagen melting sheet masks, and they have sold out several times. Every time they come on the site, they sell out. Now, here's what makes this different. If you notice, this is Karen. She's putting on a dry mask on her face, and then she's actually going to spray the booster spray to help it dissolve in. The reason why a dry mask is good is because a lot of those wet masks have preservatives and toxins in them to help prevent them from molding and to keep it, still good in the package when you use it to have longer shelf life. Well, this is 100% New Zealand collagen and it's micro spun fibers. So when you put it on, it's going to absorb 5 times deeper into the skin. And after just one use, you're going to have a 28% reduction in wrinkles. So it comes in 5 in a pack. So if you have a big event coming up, use one for every single day leading up to it. It's going to get a jump start on your skin. And then as maintenance, you could use one every week or two. Okay, so I'm so excited for you to get to hear from this powerhouse. This is Lori. Now, Lori is a beauty influencer by day and a Korean skincare advocate by night. And, you have to realize Lori has worked in the beauty space for several years, and people put products in front of her all the time, and she's very picky about what she attaches her name to. And it would really take a lot to get her to attach her name to something and rep a brand. And she saw incredible changes with her skin. So Lori, tell us a little bit about your story and why you decided to partner with this Korean skincare line.
First off, like I love seeing all the answers coming through. You guys are rocking it. But I have to say, when you put your answer in, put your name in and say guest and then the answer. It'll help Christy and I pick winners because we're the winner pickers. So we want to make sure that you guys get credit. And of course, planners can like absolutely answer too, but we need all the information on the guests. So that'll help. But you guys, so let me rewind just a little bit. So 8 years ago, I was working as a respiratory therapist. I was doing a night shift and I had autoimmune issues. I was tired. I was exhausted. I was sick. And when an opportunity like presents itself, this was with a cosmetics company. I knew in my heart at that moment that that was my future. And it's like an overwhelming sense inside of your soul when you know something is really good. And that's what I felt. You guys, 4 months later, I retired from that job. I'm 57 now. That was when I was 49. And to say that this industry has changed my life would be an understatement. So I just have to say, if you feel that at all, I want you to tune in, really tune into that because it's something speaking truth to you. So rewind a year ago, almost exactly. My other company was going affiliate model. I was losing a good amount of income and I was searching for something. I never thought I would leave that company. I thought I would be there forever. But sometimes in this world, you have to pivot. And pivoting isn't always a bad thing. That's what I realized because I was searching for something that I could also offer to my followers that was really, really good. A skincare that really made a difference. I tried a couple out there, and it's true. Like Bree said, I get people push me products all the time. And when I was like, okay, I'm done. And then my friend Lindsay said, you have to try this Korean skincare. And I said, okay, I might as well. Like she says it's really good. And so I tried it and legit. By day 3, I would wake up in the morning and I was like, why do I look like I have fresh Botox? And I don't. It was life-changing for me. I was like, that is wild. And by like the end of week 2, my followers were like, what's happening with your skin? Like they could see it. But you guys, I'm so picky. I was like, I am giving this a month. I am not talking about this. And I waited and I waited and I waited. But my followers were like, something's going on. What's happening? They were seeing it. That's what's so powerful about this product. You don't have to wait 3, 4, 5 months for this product to work. Like within a week, you're like, this changes your life. So I love it. You guys, 5 days, 5 days, 5 days. I know. And now it's been a year, and I look back at my other pictures, and just like Bree's photos with her husband, like for women with mature skin, because that's who I speak to, like we get really gray and like dull. And it's like, is my skin dying? And this has just like brought it back to life. So it's wild what these products can do, but it's even more amazing what this business opportunity can do. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I always say, what's the worst thing that could happen and what's the best thing that could happen? The best thing is you share this product with so many people, you change their lives, and you make a really good income. What's the worst thing that could happen? You end up with the best skin of your life. That's the worst thing that could happen. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And so just tune in. Tune into that voice, tune into that whatever is speaking to you in your heart and know like if it's saying like this is good, because it's now happened to me twice with my first company and with this company, and it hasn't led me wrong yet. So trust yourself. Don't be afraid if you're over 50 and you're like, I'm too old. Nobody's going to listen to me. I don't have anything to say. I'm telling you, there are people out there that need to hear from you, and they only want to hear it from you. So
I
how's that,
love
Bree?
that. That was so beautiful. I love how she said if you're over 50 and you're scared. I remember when I first got started in my 20s and I was terrified and I was trying to talk myself out of doing this. I was trying to tell myself that I was going to fail. And in fact, I'll never forget I did end up signing up with my very first company. And I stared at my box that came for 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm not going to open it because if I open it, I'm going to fail and I can't face that failure. And so I ended up going to a meeting that night to tell the woman that had told me about that company that I was going to quit. And you know what she said to me is she held up her finger and she said, Brianna, if you could see yourself where I see you a year from now, you wouldn't be quitting. And it spoke a little bit of life into me, a little bit of confidence before I had confidence in myself. And I will be forever grateful for her for saying that to me, because I almost quit before I got started and she didn't let me. And she saw something in me before I saw it in myself. So if you're here tonight and somebody invited you here, they saw something special in you, and you're here for a reason. And, whether this resonates for you or not, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're supposed to hear this for somebody else and you're supposed to pass this on and be a blessing to them. So, okay. We know that we like to have fun. We know that we like to change lives and we like to play trivia and silly games. Let's talk about how we make money. And we're not going to go too deep into this. I just want you to know what's interesting is they just came out with a whole bunch of enhancements on this compensation plan. And I will tell you, I will be the first to tell you that no one can compete with these products. No one. There is nothing better on the market. And now I'm telling you, no one can compete with this compensation plan. And there is more money put out into this compensation plan than any other company I've ever seen. And you can make up to 50% on the retail side. And what's interesting is, at those manager and senior manager ranks that you see in front of you, which I know you don't know what that means, and that's okay. Just know that when you hit those percentages, you actually are able to lock those in for life. Most companies or brands that you affiliate or partner with, you have to climb your way back up the ladder every single month to requalify. And very rarely can you lock something in for life and never lose it. The other thing that's interesting is this has rollover volume in it to help you rank advanced faster. So, let's say you want to lock in, that manager 20%. If you did 1,000 a month for 3 months in a row, you could lock in that 20%, which is so incredible. So here's some other interesting things that I found about this was, the retention is so high. I'm telling you, once somebody uses these products, they will not go off of them. It is very sticky, because when a woman uses something and that she likes it, she will never stop using it. So I know that a customer that we get today is a customer we're going to have 5-10 years down the line, which is exactly why they don't require you to have a subscription or an auto shipment. When I first heard that, I wanted to know why. And they said, because we don't have to. Anyone that uses these products is not going to want to stop using them. So we don't have to require our affiliates to purchase it. So I told you that was going to be quick and brief. And if you don't know, it's only $20 to become an affiliate. And you can actually earn rebates back on your own purchases. So it's $20 to set up an account. You pick the products that fit your budget. You can get back to the person that invited you and ask how you can get that rebate. I just told you the answer to this. So how much does it cost to become an affiliate with Remon? So don't forget to put the answer. I almost just told you the answer again. Don't forget to put guest next to your answer in the chat to make it easier on Lori and Christy. So of course, we like to travel and have fun and make money. And this is actually where we're going in a couple of months. We're going to the Hard Rock Resort in Cabo. And I'm going to tell you right now that the food and the drinks always taste better when they're free, when somebody else pays for it. And so what is so amazing, not just the fun that you have, but the culture and the community and the bonding that happens on these trips is unbelievable to me. Honestly, I eh, this industry has gotten me through some of the toughest times in my life, where um, I'll be forever grateful to the people that I met through this industry that have become like friends and family. So we just got back from Vegas. We had a fun event there, and we had team parties, we had recognition, we got to hear trainings, we got to hear, personal development, just see friends on stage and just see friends in general, and, go to dinners. It was a lot of fun. And we're going back to Vegas in September. So if you want to hang out in Vegas with us, and I'm going to tell you, there's a lot coming around the corner. So what's interesting is this company believes in first-class marketing and celebrity endorsements, which is kind of how we're used to seeing brand endorsements. And so this is an example. I'm going to show you an example of an ad that they have in Korea. So this is Won Bin. He is the #1 actor in Asia. He's kind of like the Brad Pitt of Asia, and he's almost 50, if you can believe it. He looks fantastic. Now, this looks like a Versace commercial to me, or a YSL commercial. This is just an example of the caliber of ads that will be coming in North America as well. We do know they're in talks with 2 different A-list celebrities, so we'll find out who those are going to be. But this is exactly what you can see, expect to see in North America. Now, Incelderm is the name of the skincare line that actually stands for intercellular dermatology. And then, of course, we talked about how they just did a complete redesign on the products. And they also just did a collab with Frederic Bertin. If you don't know who that is, he's the #1 fragrance formulator in the world. He designs all of the fragrances for Louis Vuitton, and he is developing a signature fragrance for Rimmon as well. These are just some of the brands that the people that Rimmon hires to collab with. These are some of the brands that they work with. I mean, this is absolutely the big leagues. So, which of the following is true? Rimmon hires first-class marketing. They have celebrity endorsements, and it's the #1 search for KBD brand, or D, all of the above. I feel like I just kind of made it, I indicated what the answer was just there. I feel like we're giving you easy trivia questions, honestly. Okay, so we also have beauty coming. So this is coming out April 16th. They're starting with different categories of beauty. They're going to start with the lips and the face. So you can see some of the different color palettes that they have coming. They have lip oils, balms, glosses, and more. Now, what this is a 4D cushion, and it comes in 6 different shades. And the reason why this is different is because it makes your makeup look like it's been professionally done or airbrushed. And if you noticed on the right, there's a brand called La Mer that's sold at Neiman Marcus, and they sell it for $150. And it's a 4D cushion. So ours will be nowhere near that price point. And guess what? Ours has a refill with it. So it's almost like getting 2 for the price of 1. So keep your eye on the lookout for that coming April 16th. And I'm so excited to turn it over to Christy. Christy is kind of a global powerhouse. She's been a QVC TV personality. She's traveled around the world. And just like Lori, Christy has seen a lot of brands. She's actually talked about a lot of products on the market, and it would take a lot to get her attention. And so, Christy, what impressed you the most about this brand?
Let's start by unmuting myself. There we go. Bree, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here with you guys tonight. And I have to say, so many of you guys have your cameras on, and it's so wonderful to see all your beautiful faces, right, Lori? I know, Lori, you're shaking your head. Yes. So I've been just looking at all of you, and I'm just so excited for you because the seat that you're sitting in right now brings rare opportunities. And so I'm going to quickly just share, and then I'll get out of the way. But you might be on this call just like I did, and maybe you're curious, or maybe you're hopeful, or maybe you're a little skeptical. And if you're any of those things, will you just put me in the comments? Maybe life is just feeling really heavy right now. And I'm sharing this with you because that's where I was. So I started my career in health and wellness at the young age of 17. My mom actually opened up the first health club in Layton, Utah. I'm from Utah. I'm a mom of 7. I'm a grandma. I have my 5th grandchild coming in July. I'm so excited. So anybody from Utah here, give me a little Utah. And that led me into working for the largest manufacturer of home fitness equipment in the world. And I did that for 18 years. So it was a corporate job, not just 9 to 5. I was on salary. So if any of you guys experience salary, you're really not 9 to 5. I was basically putting 40 to 60 hours in a week with my kids being little at the time. And I was staying in hotels more than I was home. I traveled globally for the company, which did lead me into working into television. So yes, I've been on QVC, I've been on HSN. I did that for 15 years. But I missed the important moments. So maybe you're tired. Maybe you're always pouring into everything and everyone, and you're finally wondering, what about me? Because that's where I was. I didn't know that this industry existed. And I'm just going to tell you right now that you're here because it's an answered prayer. This industry falls into our laps. It's not really something that we go looking for. And I'm telling you that when it does, pay attention. Listen to how you're feeling right now. Listen to your gut. This opportunity was shared by me by someone who I deeply respected, an industry leader who has seen it all. And when he told me that this one's different, I listened. I listened, not because of the products. I was already using the products. I loved the products. I saw a difference in 3 days, but it was because of the people behind it. Still, you guys, I waited. I waited 6 months. I waited for 6 months because I let fear win. I waited for 6 months because I didn't think that I had the time. And so I waited 6 months of missing what turned out, you guys, to be the most aligned opportunity that I've ever said yes to. And I don't want you to wait. Don't do what I did. So I don't believe in I don't believe in accidents. I do believe everything is for a reason. And I waited too. Look at all of you guys waited too. And when I finally leaned in and when I finally saw what I was missing, I'm telling you guys, I found something. The community here, the systems in place that we have here, everything is plug and play. So if you've never done anything like this before, all of us had to start as a beginner. That's the beautiful thing about this, is that this industry doesn't discriminate. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have a huge social media following. You don't even have to know what to do. That's the beautiful thing about this, is that here we're going to take care of you. We've got you. And that's something that I've never seen before. We've got the top names in the industry here. They're all here. We're working with the best of the best. And we want you to link arms with us. And so again, just know that I didn't have the answers. I didn't need to be anyone special. I just had to start. And May 1st was my start date, and I have never looked back. I'm having so much fun that I have to pinch myself. I'm like, is this real? So if you're here tonight and you're wondering, could this work for me? I just want to gently tell you, yes, it absolutely can. You're so capable and you're so worthy. And the timing, it doesn't get better than this. So someone cared enough about you to invite you here tonight. There's no accident there that you're here. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to our amazing host, Brianna, who is one of the most heart-led, you guys, powerful leaders that I have ever met. So Bree, thank you so much for having me. And I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
You know, I paid her to say those nice things.
All true.
Oh my goodness, you guys, we are coming close to the end, and I hope you guys are absolutely putting stuff in the chat, because we're gonna pull a winner here very soon. But first, we're gonna talk about this lovely place, which is called Rebond Village. Now, this is a really cool story because the owner of the company, so he's the product formulator we talked about, he's also the owner, and he was actually researching something called tiger grass, which we talked about. Well, that first year that he was in business, he had a vision to build a 5-star resort for the field, for the affiliates. And so that first year in business, he took all of the profits from the company, immediately started construction on this 5-star resort on Jeju Island, which is like the equivalent of our Hawaii. Now, most owners don't do that. You have to realize most owners, what do? They get profits, they go out and they buy a beach house, or they buy a yacht, or they buy a jet. Well, you guys, the owner, the chairman, he's already a billionaire that drives a Hyundai. He is not doing this for the money. He is doing this because he is passionate about bringing luxury skincare to the masses. So you can see these are some images of Rebond Village. We actually went to Korea and we stayed there. It was a beautiful resort. And they said we were going to see the smart farm. And so I was thinking, oh, okay, we're going to see this greenhouse. We're going to see the plants. We're going to go to lunch. And we pull up and you can see the massive scale of operations that we pulled up to right here. And it took my breath away. And I realized in that moment that this is way bigger than what I thought. And I used to say before I came here that something like this comes along once every 15 years, and I didn't want to miss it. Since going to Korea and seeing this campus, it is literally several blocks of labs, the Jeju energy lava water, where they drill down into the earth. The 3 different smart farms. The newest one is 150,000 square feet. And seeing this magnitude, this scale of operations, I realized that this is bigger than network marketing. And I started to ask the question and wonder, why did they choose this industry? Because they could have gone anywhere they wanted. And what I found out is that in Korea, they view direct sales very differently than we do. You know, we view it as sometimes it's just a fun community, or sometimes it's a way to make some extra money. But in Korea, it's very respected and it's taken very seriously, and they view it as a profession. And so Chairman had fallen in love with this industry in his 20s, and he knew that this was what he wanted to partner with his discovery, and he chose to partner with us. This doesn't happen very often, you guys. And I'm telling you that he has already mapped out a 100-year plan on how he wants to become the number one, no, I'm sorry, the number one K-beauty brand in the world. And he is putting his money where his mouth is, because he has set up his operations where they are completely vertically integrated. What that means is he owns every step of the process, from the patents to the labs to the innovation, even the bottling in the manufacturing facility where they fill the bottles. He owns that. This is not normal. Most companies outsource or white label or hire other people to do it, and they pay the middleman. So he has his costs so dialed in. That is why they have such a generous, or able to have such a generous compensation plan, because they have less overhead than other companies. They have the scale to become the number one K-beauty brand in the world over the next 100 years. And he wants to do it with us. So before I came here, I used to say something like, this comes along once every 15 years. I'm telling you today, I don't believe that anymore, because I don't believe something like this will ever happen in our industry again. And I honestly feel bad for people that are going to miss this. So, okay, here's our last trivia question. Which of the following is true? The owner has mapped out a 100-year plan. Hopefully you were listening. The company is vertically integrated. The newest smart farm is 150,000 square feet, or D, all of the above. Which of the following is true? Okay, so Christy, we have some winners. Lori, are we ready? Go ahead and unmute. I feel
Okay.
like we should have a drum roll.
Want me to go first? Lori, do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay, so first of all, everyone, all of you guests, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending the evening with us. What I'm watching is, of course, that you've put guest and that you're interacting and that you've answered every single question. And there's a lot of you guys that have. So I'm actually just going to close my eyes. I've got all of your names written down right here on this sheet of paper, and I'm going to pick a winner. And the winner is Nikki, Nici, and she's the only Nikki here. And so she doesn't have a last name, but Nikki, you just won yourself an amazing experience kit. So everyone, please congratulate Nikki.
Yay, Nikki. And Lori, where do we tell her to send her info to?
What should we do?
I don't know. Nikki, you have to find us somehow.
Nikki, message me on Messenger.
So write
Um,
down Lori's name.
right,
Lori, yeah.
yep, right through, you'll be able to find me right through the Facebook group that we're in. Are you in the, no, she's not in the Facebook group. So she's got to find me. Let's see.
You're on
So right,
Instagram, Lori.
yep. Go to Beauty Simplified by Lori on Instagram. Let me type it in for you. And then Christy, pick one more and then I'll pick the last one.
Oh, we get to do 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Going down the list. And the winner is Sarah Turner. Sarah Turner.
Yay,
Here.
Sarah.
Woohoo! Sarah.
Awesome. Okay, who's our last
Okay.
winner?
Last winner, Kelly Flower.
Ooh, that's a beautiful name. Congratulations, Kelly.
Congratulations.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope you learned a little bit about K-Beauty. And for those of you that won, congratulations. Please get back to the person that invited you here, because I will tell you, they'll tell you how to get a rebate back. We also have some upcoming events later this week. Christy, tell us about the skin masterclass we have coming up this week.
So we have a glow up class. It's 30 minutes, so it's not going to take up too much time. We do lots of giveaways just like this. So again, you'll be on, you'll participating. And so yeah, it's Thursday, same time and same Zoom link as well.
So what you can do is if you're on the fence and you're thinking about, okay, should I do this? Should I just pay the 20 bucks and jump in? You can come on Thursday. You can invite a couple people to be a fly on the wall with you, and they can learn from Christy how to get a glow up. So thanks everyone for hopping on tonight. We'll see you on Thursday. Good night, everyone.